Stay dandy, baby.
Real here for a second. Goku and Vegeta are on planet Cereal and they're about to throw down with Granolah, and this was a pretty exciting chapter as we finally got to see what we've all been wanting to see this entire arc, the power of Granolah. Now that he's given up his life force, now that he's incredibly strong, the greatest warrior in the universe, how's he gonna fare against Goku and Vegeta? Two characters who are literally being trained by the gods themselves. Well, the answer is revealed, and Granolah's kicking all sorts of ass in this chapter, utilizing some intense speed and strength, as well as the abilities of characters that we've actually already seen before, which is pretty remarkable. It leads me to believe that becoming the greatest warrior in their universe allowed him to sort of like come together with the greatest hits of abilities that we've actually seen from the entire Dragon Ball franchise. But this is a pretty interesting chapter that's very simple and gives the Dragon Ball fans what they want. Goku and Vegeta being awesome. In particular, it's Goku versus Granolah for the entirety of this chapter. And, Goku basically gets his ass handed to him a couple of times throughout this entire thing, which is pretty remarkable. But I really do love the fact that when they arrive on planet Cereal, they start to piece together that something's not quite right about this place. They recognize that it's kind of apocalyptic in a sense that things have been destroyed, but there's also modern cities which haven't been attacked or destroyed in any sort of way. This is something that Vegeta notices, not to mention he seems to be quite familiar with this planet, and that makes sense. He even sees the friggin' giant footprint of a transformed Saiyan ape, so he realizes that there's something about this planet. Maybe he's even been here himself. Given Vegeta's age, it wouldn't be out of the question to say that, he knew everything that actually happened to this planet all in the past. And you really get to see Vegeta being the very smart and investigative one in this chapter, which I think is actually kind of interesting. And it's also cool because typically in these big scenarios where the villain arrives, Vegeta is the one who goes first, he fights, he loses, and then Goku comes in and cleans up. Things might be going in a completely opposite direction here, and I think that's actually going to be really cool because, of course, Goku is the one who immediately goes into the battle against Granolah, and when they actually arrive for the first time, Granolah tries to snipe them out of the sky, and his shots are incredibly precise, and Goku tries to use the Ultra Instinct, but it actually doesn't end up working in his favor. Granolah actually ends up hitting him a few times and even outright takes him out, to the point where Vegeta has to give up one of the very few Senzu beans that they actually have to try and bring him back. You can almost see that Vegeta's kind of using Goku as a guinea pig here to try and see what sort of weaknesses he can bring out of Granolah and to actually try and find him overall. Vegeta's being very smart in this chapter, and I really do love that about his character. I do think he's one of the more intelligent warriors that we've actually seen in the series, and we're getting to sort of like see that all at play here. But eventually they do find Granolah, and of course there's no talking to him about anything. He sees Saiyans, he's pissed, they have to be killed. That's basically everything that's going on here, and Goku immediately goes into the battle, going through multiple forms throughout this entire fight, from Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan God to Super Saiyan Blue, all while trying to use Ultra Instinct at certain points here. But still, Granolah manages to one-up him in so many different ways in terms of just speed and power, and he's not even being all super ridiculous about it. Like, he's only using a few fingers and karate chop style attacks, but still manages to knock out Goku a number of times, which I think is all sorts of awesome. I especially loved a lot of the techniques that he actually used in this chapter, one of which was this scatter finger beam attack, which I believe is something that was originally used by either Vegeta or Gogeta. I don't know, it's kind of cool that he's able to utilize that technique as well, and I thought that that looked really awesome. Also getting to learn a little bit more of the power of the Cerealin's eyes, like how they actually work. Granolah not only being able to have extreme precision in terms of using his attacks, but also being able to see the vitals and the blood flow of someone's body, which makes him very devastating, as even though Goku has the ability to dodge things, Granolah knows exactly where to hit him at the right spot to completely knock him out. There are no wasted movements in terms of his attacks, and that makes him a very deadly enemy, which I think is really crazy. Again, it's one of those situations, though, where I really wish the characters would just stop and talk, because obviously Goku and Vegeta aren't the bad guys here, and neither is Granolah. They're being played by all of these people on the sidelines. It's just Granolah is so blinded by his revenge that he's not going to hear anything that's coming from Goku. Even when he outright says, "Hey, I thought that you were the villain in this situation," there's no talking with him here, and it's kind of cliche in some senses, but the trade-off is that we do do get to see a lot of really cool action, which is, I think, what's kind of made this entire chapter for me right here. One, the brand new alien setting, which is always really fun to see. It's always great to see our characters in a brand new locale, but of course, getting to see them actually fight and utilize multiple transformations with really great fighting choreography is certainly a plus here, and I think it's really awesome. It's also very apparent here that, you know, I think we're still very early in on this arc of where it's going to actually go. I still have a feeling that the Heaters are going to end up being like the real true villains of this arc, and how that's actually going to play out remains to be seen, but I can't wait to see more of them, especially how they're building up Elect's, you know, right-hand man, really building him up as well, especially with the connection that they seem to actually have with Planet Cereal as well. I think there's a little bit more to this backstory than we, the viewers, actually know at this point. So I can't wait to see how that's actually going to come to fruition. But the cool thing about this chapter, again, like I said, is we get the very first major battle with Granolah going up against Goku and Vegeta, Goku in particular, but Vegeta realizes that there's something about this planet that's very familiar to him, and that alone, I think, is interesting. And it's always really cool when they can tie a lot of these brand new storylines into some of the things that actually went on in the past of the series, so I can't wait to see how that's going to come to the forefront. But otherwise, what's the rundown on this chapter of Dragon Ball Super? Action all over the place, and as a Dragon Ball fan, that's really what I think we want more than anything. Goku battling against Granolah was really satisfying, and it's always really cool to find an opponent who can trip him up and you know, take him down a notch in terms of using some of his biggest and baddest transformations. I mean, Super Saiyan is a given, but for him going from Super Saiyan God to Super Saiyan Blue and just getting completely destroyed by this guy really is starting to prove that, yeah, this guy is possibly the greatest warrior in the universe, and he's doing a great job of outpacing Goku. A lot of people are saying that Goku has been sort of building up a new transformation in this chapter, saying that there's something that he hasn't revealed quite yet, and of course this could be tied to Ultra Instinct. It could be a brand new variant of it, maybe tied to another transformation. It could be something entirely new altogether, and if that does happen, it's always cool. I know a lot of people get sick of the constant transformations of the characters in the series, whether it's like a brand new hairstyle or a brand new name attached to a form that we've ever seen before. For me, it always gets me excited. It shows me that these characters are still continuing to grow, and they always have new techniques, and while I would like something a little bit more unique outside of a brand new hairstyle or something, who knows what could potentially happen here. This is really just the beginning of this major conflict, and I just can't wait to see how it's all going to play out, how the Heaters are going to get involved, how Frieza is going to be involved in this arc. Just the fact that they name dropped Frieza in this chapter, again, much to the shock of Goku. Like I said, I just want to see these characters communicate with each other just a little bit more, but until we get there, I'm okay if it means we're going to get a lot more action. Otherwise, I liked this chapter quite a bit. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. You heard my thoughts about this chapter. I definitely want to hear yours. Make sure to sound off in the comment section below telling me what you thought about the latest chapter of Dragon Ball Super. What did you think about Goku's first major battle with Granolah? Does he have a brand new transformation in the wings? Is he going to be able to stop what is ultimately the greatest warrior in the universe? What do you hope to see from the rest of the Granolah arc? Make sure to sound off in the comment section below and let's talk all about it. So thank you guys so much for watching this review. Please subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one. If you did like the video, hit the like button. Helps these videos out a lot. I would also really love to take this time to thank my patrons. You guys are frigging incredible. You're Super Saiyan gods yourselves for making those monthly donations. Remember, first-time donators, I'll review an anime series of your choosing, as well as adding your name to this list of people that you see on screen, the supersized Super Saiyans of Ace Guru. So thank you guys so much for watching this review. I'll see you all next time. And as always, stay down there, baby.